Welcome back. As I said at the outset of the show, I've kind of been feeling like lately, like maybe we don't do enough more in the vein of country music on this program. We certainly have a ton of good friends who are in and around that area. I'm thinking of my good friend Jim Fish, Swenson and Mountain Country. They have certainly got some bluegrass elements and that sort of thing, but when you get some of that good old-fashioned straight-ahead country, well, it's just a nice thing. Being an Iowa boy as I am. My guest this evening has a brand new record that's just coming out. He is going to be premiering it and having the release show this weekend. We're going to find out all about that and more. The record is called Hell of a Cowboy. This is Pat Swenson. How are you, brother?
Hey, good, Terry.
You, man.
Thanks
for coming.
Me,
yeah, it's great to have you here, man. You seem like you're having a good time.
I'm enjoying myself. It's a good week. We got a lot of fun stuff going, and we're just enjoying the ride.
Right on. Talk a little bit about your background, if you would, in music, because we all kind of come to music in different ways. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And, it's always an interesting story.
So I've always been a fan of music, a fan of country music in particular. But I remember I was 12 years old, and I heard a song by an old timer by the name of Don Williams. The song was called Good Old Boys Like Me. I heard that thing and thought, man, that's what I want to do. I want to write songs like that make people feel like that. Okay. At 12, that was just one of those that got you, you know.
That's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And an interesting thing, a lot of people don't have that aha moment until they're older.
Yeah, it's definitely true. So it took me a few years to finally come around to actually writing myself, and I did it for the same reason everybody ever does it, to impress a girl, right?
There you go.
That's the reason all of us songwriters do what we do.
I would say that approximately 100% of
or 105. Somewhere in there, right?
That one song I wrote to impress two girls.
Sometimes that's the case. You never know.
Oh, that's really cool. And talk a little bit about that journey about learning to play guitar, as we were talking earlier, from the songwriter's perspective. And even though you made this point, you play very well. And of course, we see some folks that, and I kind of jokingly always refer to Bob Dylan simply because he's a super genius.
Absolutely.
But nobody ever hired Bob Dylan to play guitar on their record.
And I'm afraid I'll be guilty of that as well. But you know, you and I jammed a little bit before. I got to hear you play, and that was fantastic. So it's always nice to hear other people's stuff and slant on things.
Sure.
And I think that's how you learn, is you listen to other people. Music's all about influence. So for me, there was a guy that influenced me. I took lessons from him, sort of picked it up and played for a little while until Mom and Dad were making me practice. And then I kind of did this and pulled back a little bit.
Really?
Until high school rolled around, and I had a girl to impress. And all of a sudden, it was important to me to break it out, and now it's number one, right? You can't put the thing down.
Of course.
That's where we came from, and I've been writing ever since. So I've been writing maybe 25 years, something like that.
That's awesome.
And that's really what it's about for me, is the writing. I love the performing. I love to play guitar. I love to sing, but the songwriting is where the real passion is for me.
That's really cool. And talk about this record, because you mentioned that the first track, "Let Me Be Your Cowboy," was written in honor of someone, and I'll let you go ahead and tell that story.
It's the title track, "The Hell of a Cowboy." So seventh track.
Okay, I see it at the end. Gotcha.
Yeah. So "Hell of a Cowboy" is written about a famous rodeo. I mean, the king of rodeo here in Utah, Louise Field, who unfortunately passed away last year. Got cancer and passed away really quickly. I just remember as a kid driving down the highway and seeing this billboard with Louis' picture on a bronc that said $1 Million Cowboy. And I thought, how cool is that? This is home of Louis Field, $1 Million Cowboy, lives right here. A little later in life, had kind of an opportunity to get to know him just a little bit.
Really?
I had a gas station for a few years, and he would come in and chit-chat and talk, and man, he'd treat you like you were his best friend, no matter who you were.
And isn't that always fun when somebody that you really have a respect and a regard for makes good on what you hope they will be?
That's it. When a hero actually proves to be a hero, that's what it's all about. So this guy was that for me, and I've always been a fan of rodeo, and just watched how he lived his life and the example he set and the way people kind of respected him in the community. Man, the outpouring when he passed away. I think I told you before the show, his family is rodeo royalty. His son Casey Field is like a 4-time world champion right now and just doing great things. So I remember thinking, man, heaven gained a hell of a cowboy tonight. And then I thought, if that's not a song title, there's never been a country music song title. And any songwriter worth anything will write that song, so I got to be that guy.
That's right. Cancel your appointments, right? Redline them all. I got to write this song.
So we did it, and it was one of those that cranked out.
Did it come right out?
Oh yeah, it was like that. Just a little research, read up a little bit on him, and there's the song. And anyway, Sonic Valley Records was good enough to pick me up this past year, so we just signed a deal with Sonic Valley.
That's really cool.
This is the first album, so I'm just excited to get it out there, and we're looking forward to the big release show this weekend.
That's cool. Now, are you touring around? I have to imagine that if you get out on the road a lot, that you'll make a lot of friends, and
that's the idea. So we're kind of ramping up to that. I've been playing locally a lot. We've been spending a lot of time in production, getting this done, laying down guitar and vocal tracks, and filling it out. It is a ton of work, and we've got some incredibly talented musicians locally here that are helping out. A couple of guys from a band called Native Tongue that are doing great things in kind of the alt rock.
Right.
They've helped out, lend themselves to the album there. We got a killer guitarist by the name of Chris Henderson down my way in Utah County.
Sure, I know Chris. He really is.
Phenomenal.
He's a phenomenal. You're right.
So he's helping out.
Phenomenal guitar player and a great guy.
Yeah,
it's fun to hang around.
Great guy. Amanda Johnson's going to play for us.
Good.
Jason Jones has Art City Sound down in Springville, his studio. He's lending himself on drums, and we're going to have the full band this weekend. So it'll be a full band show. We got a buddy of mine named Cody Robbins, who's a phenomenal artist in his own right, and then a band called Deep Red Dirt are both going to open the show. So we got a lot of fun music planned.
Nice.
We got merchandise to sell. We're just getting ready for a party. So we're gonna do this.
That sounds great, man. Tell folks all the details where they can find information and tickets and all that.
So tickets at www.patswensonmusic.com. You can buy tickets now. We're selling tickets in advance. There should be some available. We're thinking day of the show, but they're going fast. Honestly, we're getting there. So we're hoping to sell this place out, and I think we're going to do it. We're getting close. You can follow on Facebook, Pat Swenson Music on Facebook, Pat Swenson Music on Instagram. Another cool thing, that song I just played, Bleeding, the second one I played, we've got the music video release for that on Thursday. So this Thursday, the 20th, kind of ramping up for the album release over the weekend. The music video will be out there on YouTube, Pat Swenson Music on YouTube.
And it's S-O-N.
S-O-N.
Make sure that people know.
Yep, absolutely.
All those Norwegians, Swedes, and Danes, and everybody's. You got to make sure you get your S-E-Ns and S-O-Ns.
Separate the E-Ns from the O-Ns.
That's right.
That's what it's about.
We're not dealing with them.
No, absolutely. It's all O-N tonight.
Well, I'm sure that you've got a great following down in Spanish Fork and in that area, and it's great to have you here, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. And
great to be here. I appreciate it.
We'll really look forward to following along and seeing what happens after this big show this weekend. And
right on.
Like I say, I've had the good fortune over the years to meet and hang out with some really accomplished people just from our area here.
Yeah, we've got an incredible music scene.
It really is.
It's really probably the most underrated market in the country.
I think you might be right. I don't travel like I used to, so I'm not so familiar with other markets. But I have to think that, and the guys in Royal Bliss are pals of mine, and following along. I could just see you kind of like following their same tour and doing very well. That's right. That's right.
I'm down. Yeah. So really, there's predictions out there that Utah is going to kind of be the next live music hub. So we got some really cool things going, and we're just happy to be involved and be a part of it and associate with some great musicians. So we're having a good time.
Good for you, man. Congratulations on the record.
Thank you. I appreciate
Best wishes. Break a leg, if you will.
Absolutely.
For this weekend's show. And it's great to have you here. And we'll look forward to hearing a lot more of your name going around, and hope that you'll be a part of that come up for Utah music.
That's the plan.
Cool. Hey, you guys, we're going to take a quick break. Mr. Swenson's going to come back and play one more, so don't go anywhere just yet. We'll be right back.